Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Dear students, as you know, we are in the concluding part of the chapter Deep Water. Today in this part I would like to give you few of the questions, remaining questions and essay type question as well. So take our first question first. Here is your question. See, the experience had a deep meaning for me. Explain the statement, elucidate the statement. This is the statement by William Douglas, and he says that this experience is not only consider that it was the horrific incident, but it gives us a lesson that in all the circumstances we may overcome. Okay, all the fears are psychological. If we have determined to overcome them, we certainly can do. So write down the answer. The experience had a deeper and symbolic meaning. For Douglas, he was not just describing a horrible experience. Okay, he wanted to leave a definite message. And what was the message? He wanted to leave a definite message. Only those who have undergone such a stark terror such a wonderful stark terror can be conquered. Or appreciate it. They will be the real winners, according to the writer. All obstacles, write down, all obstacles, fears and terrors are psychological. They can conquer. Okay. The experience had a deep meaning for me. विलियम डगलस कहता है इस एक्सपीरियंस का मेरे लिए गहरा मतलब है. ये एक हॉरिफाइंग इंसिडेंट था, यहीं तक सीमित नहीं है. Through this line, the writer wants to say a very definite message, and the message is that only those who have undergone such a stark terror can appreciate it. All obstacles, fears and terrors are psychological. They are the creation of our heart. They can conquer. उन पर जीत हासिल की जा सकती है. And the same thing happened with William Douglas. At the very first incident, he was very much, depressed and wanted some way to come out of that dilemma. And after that, when he appointed the instructor, he tried his best to make over it. And with the passage of time, he was able to do so. So this is your question you have to learn. Take the other question. Another one. I hope you write down this question. See, our next question is, what is the message or all we have to fear is fear itself, says Roosevelt. किसकी स्टेटमेंट है ये? रूजवेल्ट की। एक्सप्लेन कीजिए कि ऑल जो भी फियर है वो all have to fear is fear itself, says Roosevelt. All the fears are psychological, and if we want to conquer them, we can certainly conquer them. And he says one more thing, that in death there is peace. It is only the fear of death by which we can fear. Very interesting. Write down, in death there is peace. In death there is peace. There is terror. There is terror only in the fear of a death. All the fears are psychological, according to Roosevelt. We can conquer them easily. Only we have to determine. Only we have to determine. Okay, Douglas conquered the fear of water. Fear of water only by making himself a perfect swimmer. All we have to fear is fear itself. All we have to fear is fear itself. It is the statement by the late President of America, Franklin D. Roosevelt. And what is the meaning here of the statement in this chapter? Here, according to Roosevelt, in death there is peace. Death is the another name of tranquility. There is terror only in the fear of death. It's important. We, very interesting that the people always feared not actually because of the actual reason, but it is only the fear of death that feared us. All the fears are psychological. We can conquer them. Only we have to determine. By we can conquer them if we have to determine. Douglas conquered the fear of water only by making himself a perfect swimmer. अपने आप को एक परफेक्ट स्विमर बनाकर उसने जीत हासिल की. So, take other question, another one. Douglas says, what is the question? Douglas says the instructor was finished. Douglas says the instructor was finished, but I was not finished. Why did he utter such words? The instructor was finished, but I was not finished. Why did he utter such words? इस प्रकार के शब्द वो क्यों बोलता है कि इंस्ट्रक्टर का काम पूरा हो चुका था, मेरा काम अभी बाकी था. Instructor taught him how to swim. He taught him the art of swimming, and after that he just mentioned that Douglas was a perfect swimmer according to the instructor. But here the main point is that I was not finished. Here I was not finished means I am not confident all about my abilities to swim right now. Till the date he was not confident of himself that he became the perfect swimmer. That's why he went to several water sports and introduced himself there. And after that, he just mentioned that he was the best swimmer. Here on, the instructor was finished. You have to understand that the task of instructor was finished. Here the instructor was finished means the task of the instructor was finished. Mean to say that he finished his work. According to him, Douglas was the perfect swimmer, but I was not finished. But according to Douglas, he was not confident of his swimming abilities. Why did he utter such words? That's why he uttered such words. So write down. The instructor had done his job. इंस्ट्रक्टर ने अपना काम कर दिया था. The instructor had done his job. He had made a swimmer. He had made a swimmer out of him. The instructor had done his job. He had made a swimmer out of him, out of Douglas. उसने डगलस को एक अच्छा तैराक बना दिया. The responsibility of the instructor, his responsibility लिख लीजिए. Was over, but the narrator was still not satisfied. But the narrator was not satisfied. When he was alone in the pool, the old fear would return. The old fear would return. He was to continue his efforts. Okay, he was to continue his efforts to be a perfect swimmer. The instructor had done his job. He had made a swimmer out of Douglas, a perfect swimmer out of Douglas. He taught him various type of exercise. Throughout the 6 months, his responsibility was over. But the narrator was not satisfied. When he was alone in the pool, the old fear would return. He was to continue his efforts to be a perfect swimmer. That's why it is being said that I was not finished. उसका काम पूरा हुआ था, अभी नरेटर का काम पूरा नहीं हुआ था. डगलस अभी पूर्णतः इस पर सफल नहीं हुआ था. Have a look. Another questions. See, the question is, okay, what happened when all efforts ceased? What happened when all efforts ceased? जब सारे प्रयास पूरे हो गए, समाप्त हो गए, उस समय क्या हुआ? कौन से प्रयास पूरे होने की बात की गई है, समाप्त होने की बात की गई है? He tried his best to save himself from drowning, and he, take jump again and again, but he was not, fully successful to come out of the water. Here in this question you have to mention that what had happened when all the effort ceased. He crossed the oblivion. See, write down. When Douglas went down a third time, all effort ceased. When Douglas went down a third time, जब तीसरी बार उसने नीचे जाना शुरू किया, तब की ये बात है कि सारे के सारे उसके जो एफर्ट्स थे वो सीज हो गए थे. और क्या हुआ? Even his legs felt limp. Okay, a blackness swept over him. A blackness swept over him. It wiped out fear. It wiped out fear. It wiped out terror. Okay, and after that there was no more panic. After that there was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful. Okay, it was quiet and peaceful. He crossed through oblivion. He crossed to oblivion. And after that, all efforts ceased. When Douglas went down a third time, all efforts ceased. Even his legs felt lame. टांगे जो थी वो निर्जीव पड़ गई. A blackness swept over him. Blackness here means darkness. Swept over him. उसके ऊपर से गए. It wiped out fear. इसने भय को भगा दिया. इसने आतंक को समाप्त कर दिया. There was no more panic. It seemed that there are so many tender arms around him, like mother. माँ जैसी नाजुक बाहें उसके चारों तरफ उसको पकड़े हुए हैं. वो फ्लोट कर रहा है स्पेस में, ऐसा भी उसको लगा. There was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful. He crossed to oblivion. Oblivion विस्मृति को पार. In a type of unconscious. Unconscious होने से पहले के जो चिन्ह थे, जो संकेत थे, वो यहाँ पर पूछे गए. Okay. So Right now you have to write down the last question. It may be just essay type question for 6 marks. So you have to write down it very seriously. See, in all the question, how did Douglas overcome his fear of water? उसने क्या क्या efforts लगाए, किस प्रकार से उसने पानी के ऊपर एक अपना जो है कांक्यूल था, विजय थी, उसको हासिल किया. So you may write down all these questions, narrate in maybe occur. You have to write down the same answer. Write down. In deep water, Douglas recounts a childhood experience. Okay. He also describes his determination of conquering that terror. See, Douglas efforts and determined struggle are symbolic and suggestive. Symbolic and suggestive. Okay. His experience can serve a useful lesson for others to succeed. A big bully of a boy tossed him into the deep end of the pool. He felt suffocating. Okay. His legs became weak. Okay. His legs ached and throbbed. See, his legs ached and throbbed. Finally, he was nearly drowned. Okay. Finally, an instructor gave him through training. Okay, and made him a perfect swimmer. swimmer. But still he wants to make sure. So he went to Lake Wentworth and died off from a dog. Now he conquered his old terror. This experience had a deep symbolic meaning for him. और वो जो बातें मैंने थी वो आपको आगे बताई थी शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चन में, वो सिंबॉलिक क्यों थी। देखिए कोई भी यदि ऐसे टाइप क्वेश्चन होता है, you have to write down the same thing in selected manner. So in Deep Water, Douglas recounts a childhood experience. He also describes his determination of conquering that terror. Douglas' efforts and determined struggle are symbolic and suggestive. सांकेतिक भी हैं और सुझाव भी देती हैं. His experience can serve a useful lesson for others to succeed. How to succeed in typical situation. A big bully of a boy tossed him into the deep end of the pool. He felt suffocating. His legs became weak, paralyzed. His lungs ached and throbbed. He was nearly drowned. Finally, an instructor gave him throat training and made him a perfect swimmer. But still he wanted to make sure, so he went to Lake Wentworth and dived off from a dog. Now he conquered his old terror. This experience had a deep symbolic meaning for him. यदि आप देखोगे तो कहीं ना कहीं वही शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चन के आंसर है जो आपको सिलेक्टिव ढंग से एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट करना है। पूरे चैप्टर को अच्छे ढंग से आपने पढ़ा है। इफ यू हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम देन यू टेल मी पर्सनली, वी may discuss on that question, on that part of the chapter in later upcoming parts. In the next I would like to teach you the red track. Okay.